Hi, this is Randall with Carter Hill Honeybees of Northwest Alabama. A week ago yesterday I had some nukes here that was a little light on stores, so I tried the mount and count method to try to get through the week of no flying weather. And today it's about 40 degrees warmer, so we're going to take a peek in here and see how we did. And just before I turned down here, I saw one bring in a little bit of pollen. Well, they're still alive, but my sugar stuck to the top. Well, they've consumed quite a bit of this pollen supplement over the last week. So I kind of want to pull out a frame of brood and see how they're doing. I see a few bees in there with some pollen right now. And right there's the queen. So she's starting back to laying again. She's still kind of small. We got a little bit more stores than we had in here a few days ago. And I've actually put out some syrup a couple of days ago on a community feeder. But this colony is pretty much living hand to mouth, but what little bit of brood there is in there looks like they're doing okay. Well, I guess the queen run over to this frame in transition because there she is again. Little pocket of capped brood there. They've stored a little bit of resources right there, and I see just a little bit of pollen down in there. And they got a little bit of honey right there, so we're going to help them out some more. I'm going to put some fresh sugar on here. I'll definitely have to stay on top of this. I think today is February the 23rd, so they definitely won't make it another 4 to 6 weeks without me helping them out. All right, I've got it straightened back out. I've put me some fresh sugar on here, a little bit more pollen supplement. Well, these warmer temperatures is forecast to be for the next week or so. These bees ought to really take off pretty good now. So all that's left for me to do is close this one up and we'll go to the next one. All right, this is the second one. We're going to take a peek in here and see what's happening. They haven't consumed as much sugar as the other one. So I'm going to get out of frame here and see how this one's progressing. This frame's got a little bit of weight to it here. And there's the queen right there. That's one of my carniolan queens. This is a split from last August. You see a bee with pollen there. Lots of beautiful hazel alder pollen right here that they stored. So this colony seems to be coming around somewhat. Yeah, and they've definitely stored some sugar syrup in here, so this frame's gained quite a bit of weight. So I'm pleased to see how well this colony has progressed in 7 or 8 days. Let's see what we got on this frame. They're getting a little bit testy. We're getting late in the day. Have some multicolored pollen right here, so that's very good. It's still got some capped honey here, so I think this nuke here is well on its way to recovery, so I can go ahead and button it back up. It's looking pretty good right now. So I've got it tucked back away. I put a little more sugar and water on here, so this colony is not really needing much right now, but I will continue to monitor it, at least for the next 3 to 4 weeks. All right, here's the next one. Let's see how this one's doing. Well, the bees are still alive. Ease this off, and looks like they've consumed some of the sugar. All right, I see some capped brood down in here. Let's see what we got. I see some foragers in there bringing in some pollen. I made these nuke boxes a little too small, and they're kind of tight to get that first frame out. That's real nice. I got a bigger frame of brood here. This one too has gained some weight. It's still a little bit low on reserves though. Let's see what I can see on another frame. And they've collected a significant amount of pollen and stored it on this frame, so that's very good. I'm glad to see that. This mountain count method, I definitely think it saved these 4 colonies. I'll definitely be using this again in the future. Well pleased with the results. Yeah, I can see where the queen started back laying on this frame. It's too dark to try to show on the camera. I can barely see the eggs myself. Very nice. I'm going to put this back together and move on to the last one to see how it's done. But I call this a success. All right, once again, I'm well pleased with what I saw here. We'll go ahead and put this back together and we'll go on and check the 4th one and see how it's doing. All right, here's the last one. This is the colony that last fall I took down to a medium. I thought it had a failing queen, but much to my surprise, a few weeks ago, there was actually some regular brood in here, so like they've consumed a lot of their sugar. Well, pretty nice pattern. There's a young bee. It's probably a day or so old, so some of it's starting to emerge. They too have gained some resources in here. They've taken on some sugar syrup and a little bit of pollen, so that's great. Trying to see if there's any new eggs or young larvae. So I do believe the cold snap set them back in terms of different age larvae. I think they probably went in there and consumed, or perhaps the younger larvae died. But either way, it's pretty much cap brood and maybe some eggs is what I'm seeing. They've definitely filled a good portion of this frame up with sugar syrup and a little bit of pollen. And this one is the same. It's not as much as the other one, but they've definitely gained some weight in there. I can feel it in the frames. So I didn't see any kind of sign of fresh eggs or brood on those frames, so I'm going to pull this first one back out and take a closer look. Yeah, there is some young larvae in there in the middle, so that's good. I didn't see the queen on the last visit, and I hadn't seen her today, so I was getting concerned that maybe something happened to her, but she may be a little runny, but I'm still not seeing her. But since they're consuming the sugar and the pollen supplement, I'm going to assume she must be in here, at least for right now. I got this one prepped back up, so all 4 of the colonies made it through the cold snap. I'm really well pleased with the results. Like I said last week, this is the first time I've ever tried the mountain count method, so I'm definitely a fan. I really think it saved these colonies. The weather forecast is good for the next couple of weeks, so I feel like for the next 4 weeks, pretty much all I'm going to have to do is come out here every few days, make sure they got adequate stores and I'm probably going to try some combining a little bit with them in a week or so. When they get a little stronger, some other colonies get stronger. I'm going to try a method I saw recently, and I'll talk about that in a future video if these colonies make it that long. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.